Hi, I'm Alex Follett, and this is the 18th episode of 51.5 Tips for a Beginner Property Investor. Today, I'm going to talk about working with a business partner or a joint venture partner. I see a lot of questions on Facebook asking why would you need a business partner? How do you choose one? So I decided to record this episode to tell you about my experience of working with my business partner. So she's called Terry. We've met just over a year ago in January 2016 at a property training event. And since then, we've purchased one property which is now which has been refurbished and tenanted, and we're now in the process of purchasing our next property. So looking at the year of working with Terry, I can say that it's been an amazing year. I think both of us learned a lot. And I think the reason why it worked so well is that both of us, we didn't have any experience in property investment. Both of us had residential properties. And we just pushed each other, supported each other. And this way we basically moved forward at a higher speed than we would have done if we haven't been working together. So I would say, if you're an experienced investor, it would work differently for you. So you would find somebody at your level who would push you. So I think whatever level you are at, it is worth considering having a business partner. So with Terry, the model is we invested the same amount of money, and we sort of bring the different skills into the business, and we share the work half and half, and at the end the profits are shared half and half as well. So maybe at the beginning I thought, I need to share the profits half and half, but actually with the time I realized that it's not just about the profits. Running a business is a big responsibility. And, there are highs and lows. I can actually tell you that in the last few weeks, we've been through a process to exchange on a repossessed property. Oh my God, it was really stressful, and it hasn't finished. We haven't exchanged yet. And, just having a business partner by my side who is as interested in, getting this to the finish line as me is really useful. And it's just no other person can really, support you as much. So yes, it is about support. We also have very similar values. So if you read John DeMartini, The Values Factor, what I'm talking about. If not, it is basically what are the things that are important to you in life. And I think if I'm choosing, a next business partner, or if I'm advising how to choose a business partner, I think you need to make sure that some of the values or the things that are important for you are shared with you by your business partner as well. So for us, we were talking about it, and the family came on top. So Terry actually has 2 children the same age as my children. So it's very good that we can, educate our children about property together. Also, financial stability came one of the top things for both of us. And it's not surprising. So we are building a business for long-term, to create long-term income. And our attitude to money is very similar. We're sort of, making sure that we're saving money and being very careful about looking after money. For example, one of my highest values is interacting with people and getting feedback from people. This is different for Terry because I think she's more into maybe like creating systems. So some things will be similar, other things will be different. I remember I was asking Terry, I said, I forgot what my 5th value is. What's yours? And she says, partnership. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about partnership as a value, something that is very important for me. And throughout my life, yes, you sort of, because it's so much part of you that you don't actually realize when, somebody tells you about it. But yes, so partnership is one of the highest values for both of us, and that's why we, invest in our partnership, and it is, going very well. And there are ups and downs, and you just need to make sure that you like the person, and you can spend a lot of time with them, because sometimes we spend days with each other and we talk, and there are things that excite us, but things that really make us sad and angry and impatient. So it's business, it's life, and it's just can stretch your patience, and you need to be able to work with your business partner and make sure you support them. So for example, in the last few weeks, when we had this exchanging process never ending, I'm communicating with the solicitor and the agent and the bridging finance company, and I'm getting all of these messages, and I'm just it was too much. And what I'm thinking about is, how do I tell Terry about it, because I know she's going to be disappointed, and I'm sort of thinking about her. How do I communicate to her to make sure she's okay? So and it really takes the focus from my problems to her. How do I communicate it with her? So it's just I think it's working well. So also I think you should remember that by choosing a person who shares some of the values with you, but also have some different qualities. So for example, according to the Wealth Dynamics profile by Roger Hamilton, I'm a supporter. So if you're not familiar with this system, so what it means is that I like working with people, just supporting other people, while Terry is a mechanic. So she is about building systems. She's the, Mrs. Finding Bargain. When we were looking for the white goods for our HMO, she found all the bargains. She's just really good at it, and she loves doing it. And we complement each other, so we have complementing skills. But if you think about, for example, this is me with my skills, and this is Terry with her complementary skills, but then you go down, and your the weaknesses that you have are also going to be different. So my weaknesses are not the same as Terry's weaknesses, and I think the challenge is to accept the weaknesses of your partner that are going to be very different to your weaknesses. So you can benefit from the these great things that they can contribute to your business, but you also need to be prepared to live with the weaknesses. So I can tell you about my weakness, because I like interacting with people. I spend a lot of my time, and all my working life, which is like 25 years now, I was in customer service. So I started working in a shop of clothes, then being a waitress while I was at the university, then I was a flight attendant, then I was in technical support, now I do sales. And customer service is very important for me. And a lot of times when I had my business reviews at work, my line manager would say, you're so good at customer service, but then sometimes you care so much about the clients that actually is detrimental to the business. So you need to have this balance where you give great customer service, but then you have the business interests in mind. So this is what my, in my work, my line managers would tell me. And actually, it's the same, issue that, Terry highlights to me. She just says, you need to have this balance. Yes, we want to, be good, and we want to do it all in an ethical way, but, you need to draw the line, and, business, we need to sort of make it balanced. So yes, I told you about my weakness. I'm not going to tell you about Terry's weaknesses. But yeah, I have to, both of us have to learn to accept each other and support each other. And so really this is in a nutshell my experience with having a business partner, and it's been just a great experience, great learning, and I would recommend you go out and find yourself a business partner. Good luck.